Yo, welcome to the channel. Today we have a Mafex Iron Man Mark 50. So I did get this today. I picked this up about a week ago. He just arrived today. And honestly, I've been having fun with it. If you see my TikTok, I already posted it. But this figure so far is immediately great. I don't really have any gripes about it. I have like two minor ones, but we'll get to that later. But as of right now, this is a really decent pickup. I got a good deal on it. It usually goes for 200. I got him for around 100. And with the amount of accessories he comes with, it's honestly a steal. We'll go over that again later, but for now we can go over the sculpt. I really do like this shiny hue they gave him. This really nice ruby rose cherry color is honestly great. I like the blue architecture. There are no light up features on this figure, but I mean the paint does a good enough job of looking, you know, alive. The eyes are a bit dull, but when you get close, you can really see them. So this is based on the Mark 50 from Infinity War, meaning this would be an all seamless nanotech suit. They pull off the seamless look relatively well, but I mean, obviously there are going to be gaps because this is an action figure and not a statue. The biggest ones are the thighs. I feel like companies always don't really get this right. The Hot Toys one has notorious thigh gaps, but like I said, I'd rather have a well-articulated figure that looks alright versus a really good-looking figure that can barely move. For the helmet, you can see... For the helmet, you can see it's just the simple nanotech. I really like this gold. There's this kind of stippling on it that makes it look, I don't know, more realistic, more detailed. Overall, this is a really nice looking piece. So let's move on to articulation. The head and neck are in a separate joint, but pushing the head all the way up, that's about as far as you're going to get it. Pushing it down and then side to side. But the neck does move a lot because it's really open. The only problem is if you want to push it up to get a flight pose in, you can have a hideous neck gap. That is probably my biggest issue with this figure. But because, I mean, from the front you can't really see it. It's just more so from the bottom where you can really notice it. Let me push the camera up. It's more so from the bottom where you can really notice it. But this means you can look down really far. You can look up. It looks side to side and it does have decent tilt. These shoulder pads are also kind of janky in my opinion. You can move the arms all the way out with them kind of sliding out the way. But they do have this kind of snap feature that makes them either flare out all the way. Or they just constantly looking flat. So there's no real like middle point. He does have a butterfly joint that does allow for the arm to move forward. So you can have Iron Man flexing, you know, looking like a big dog. I just showed the forward movement. They move forward 360, but the shoulder pad will get in the way. He has a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that bend in pretty deep. And he does have the usual 1/12 wrist peg, but because of the way the wrists are molded with this gauntlet piece, you can't really get the wrist moving up unless you have that dedicated hands. So his torso is a bit limited, but the top part alone can bend forward about that far. You can move back pretty far. You can turn the side to side, and it does tilt a bit. Combining both pieces, you can get a forward tilt about that much. You can move back a lot. You can turn side to side, and it does have nice tilt. Yeah, that's honestly, this joint is pretty free, so you can get all the movement in there that you need. You can push the legs about forward about that far. I'm pretty sure he has drop down, but I feel like on mine they might be a bit stuck. With the drop down, they move out, but you can see they move out to the side. He has a thigh like ball joint because he can shift back and forth. It does turn side to side. He has double jointed knees that bend in about just past 90, not too far. Now his ankles also are a notoriously bad design because the ankle is plugged in about right here. So this is pretty much all the up movement you're going to get out of it. You can't really get him moving up. You do get really good like back movement in case you want to get him flying. You do get decent pivot. Oh, I think it's about to come out. Look, I can show you how bad these ankles are. You can see where they're plugged in. So they're pretty much just plugged in at the top half of the foot, meaning that any up movement is pretty much non-existent. You can shift the ankle down if you want to get him taller, I guess. Like I said, he does have nice pivot. They don't really turn side to side. This is kind of like Marvel Legends ankle articulation. And because there's no boot cut, you can't really get that movement. He does have toe joints that don't really work, I'll be honest. Whenever I was posing him earlier, I didn't really use them. But even with those articulation gripes, I think this figure still looks really good. You can still get him into poses. We'll get a basic fight pose here. He's ready to square up against Thanos. Oh, I just popped the leg out. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, so just be careful with the leg. Oh, it's popping out a lot now. Let's hope I didn't break anything. Oh, I know. It's because of my torso joint. Pushed it too far into the leg cavity. So yeah, you just want to be careful with this figure. The one thing about Mafex is they make good comic figures, but when it comes to their like realistic pieces, they are limited because they want to make the sculpt look good while also being proportionate. So if we balance him here, it is, like I said, with that ankle movement, it's kind of hard to balance him. If I move this out, It took a minute, but there he is. So there he is, nicely posed. Now, accessory-wise, this will probably take a minimum like 5 minutes. There's a lot to go over. We'll start off with hands. He has these relaxed hands. You can see the shiny red continues over there. There's also gold. There's silver accents. There's the arc reactor. These are relaxed hands. He has item grabbing hands because he does have a few swords you can grab. Like I said, that nice shiny red detail is consistent throughout all the accessories. The gold knuckles. He has these hands that are for 2 shield accessories. You can see that there's a big peg there. This actually is a peg. These holes are just for, I don't know, mold reasons, I guess. And these are the hands that do allow for kind of like Iron Man poses. Well, I guess any pose is an Iron Man pose, but these do have the bent gauntlet piece, so you can have them, you know, repulsor blasting. These are the non-effect ones. These are just for the look. While these have a peg sticking out, so you can put the effect on there. So yeah, these hands do look nice. Speaking of effects, here are the hand ones. You can see these ones are small. And there's a port right there that you just use to plug into here. So that's how the blast effects work on the hands. And then he has these tall ones that plug into the bottom of the feet. So you can see right there, that's... Let me get the focus on that. Right there, that's where these were plug in. And that's all the effects you get, but you do have a lot of nano weapons. Pretty much everything that he uses in the movie, he has here in the figure form. Oh, it's going to be hard balancing him again. So we have to topple over. Let me push all that out of the way. So we'll start with the first page of accessories, I guess the first tray. He has an extra hand that is the nano blade that he tried to stab Thanos with. You can see there's a really nice gold-like blade here. It's just a wrist peg, so you just plug it into the hand. It is kind of pointy, but not too bad, so you shouldn't prick yourself, but still be careful. He has this halo-looking sword that he tried to strike Thanos with on Titan. So this is really nice to paint. I do like the blue holographic effect. And it does fit snugly into the item grabbing hands. From my experience, you should probably heat this up. I didn't heat mine up, and I don't think anything happened. There's no like paint rub or anything like that, but you probably should. Just for the sake of trying to do all this in one take. I'll just kind of... Here, give me a second to do this off camera. Yeah, I thought I broke something. Yeah, I really do recommend just heating this up. Basically, it would just fit into the hand like this. Well, I mean, I guess a snug grip would be good, but yeah, do heat up these accessories before you use them. He comes with this massive sword that does plug into the forearm. You can see right there. I'll try to do this at the end of the video, but yeah, this is the sword he tried attacking... what's his name? Corvus Glaive? The big guy. I forgot the big guy's name. The dude with the hammer, but yeah. He tries attacking him with this, even Thanos a few times, but yeah. This is a really cool accessory. I do like the paint. Like that kind of blue nano edge. He comes with this separate wrist cannon. This is for the right arm, and as you can see, there's a hand peg. So you can plug any hand you want into this thing. This isn't an accessory port, at least I haven't tried. It kind of fits in there, but I don't think it's supposed to go in there. Still, this is a cool accessory. He still has more. He has these 2 huge cannons that he attacked Drax with when he first met the Guardians. I like the kind of blue hue in there. Gives it a sense of, you know, being lit up without actually being lit up. I'm pretty sure this is for the right arm. Left arm. This is for the left arm. You can see I do like all this little detail of the gold accents. You can see the blue, the silver. This really does look clean. And then this one obviously is the same. Same, just mirrored. We're just getting started. He has another set of cannons. These ones are the ones at the beginning of the movie when he actually uses the nano suit. So this is, again, for the separate... So this one's for the right arm. This is for the left. You can see there's that. Now, I'm pretty sure, like I mentioned earlier, I don't know if these would fit in there. They don't fit. Okay. So it seems with the original cannon, those just fit in by coincidence. And, of course, you can't have these without the pairing accessory, which is his back fins. I don't know what you call these, like booster things, I guess. So you get 2 big ones and then 2 of these little ones. I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be posed like this. So you have the 2 big ones in the middle and then 2 little ones on the outside. Alongside that, he has a bunch of stands and sticks. So you get... I'm going to grab them. You get 4 of these sticks and then 2 of these base poles. What you do is you just plug them in. You know, we'll do it on 1. I'll use 1 as an example. You just plug these in. And then you grab them. They on the side where these, like, there's these blue boosters, there's a peg. So you plug that in there. It's kind of finicky, I'm not gonna lie. So you plug that in, grab a little one, grab this, and then you just plug that, and you get two of these so you can have the effect behind them. I think it's a convincing effect. It is pretty cool. Does it? But it is really space consuming. It does take up a lot of space. But if you have the space for it, I do recommend it. It is a cool look. He has these back fins that he uses when flying, especially on Titan. This is simple. You just take off the back and plug these in. These pegs are pretty small, and it is kind of hard to break it. And these things are also pretty fragile. So I recommend just being careful, again, heating up your figure before you mess with this stuff. But this still is a cool look. We're almost there. We have like 6 more accessories to go through. He has these like punch hit things. This is what he hits Thanos with when he makes him bleed. You know, all that for a drop of blood here. That's what these are. So I'm pretty sure this is how they're supposed to go. You get 2 of them on for each side. I really do like this detail of like the arc reactor and, you know, or like blasters and the gold, you know, makes it seem like when he punched Thanos, he also shot him at the same time. You know, he was going all out. That's all I'm gonna say. He was going all out. He has this leg accessory that is the booster slash like the cannon thing that he hits Thanos with. I like the triangle arc reactor effect on the bottom. It is really cool. And this also plugs into the legs. Again, I'll show you how to do that at the end of the video. More foot accessories. He has these clamps that he used on Titan. So these are articulated in these little like toe sections, so you can move them up. And this is pretty much as far as they move down. This one moves back, or this one in the back moves farther back. That's a lot of back. But yeah, as you can see, they just balance well. I'm pretty sure on mine, yeah. So on mine, this one is loose. I don't know why, but I don't really mind it since I probably won't pose it with this. But these still are cool accessories. You can get them, you know, punching Thanos, holding down the gauntlet, stuff like that. Whew. All right, and then these are the huge punch ones that he uses to attack Thanos. I like this gold, I like the blue. And as you can see, this is painted like any other nano weapon. These do plug in at the forearm right there. So yeah, pretty cool. Oh, I mean, everything that would make them fall over. All right. I think on mine, the left ankle is loose, but that might just be for me trying to pull it out. You know, plug it in a bit more. Yeah, give me a sec. If anything, we'll just have a balance against that. He has 2 different types of shields. He has this one that's more like a Captain America shield. Like the dethroner, you can see where the arm plugs in. Now, tell me if I'm tripping, but I kind of see like an Iron Man mask in this. But that might just be me grasping straws. So the way this works is you grab these hands at the peg, you plug them in, and there you go, that's how the shield fits. So he does come with one final accessory, which is the huge shield he uses to stop the Power Stone blast. This is probably one of my favorite accessories. I really do like the look of this. It's painted nicely on both sides. It's missing detail here, but on this side, there's more detail. I like the blue, the baby blue a lot. Same thing as the other one, you just use this to plug it in. You can get him stopping the power blast. And yeah, that is every accessory, and you can see it is a lot. So I'm going to put that down. That's a lot of accessories. But now we can move on to size comparisons. So there is Iron Man standing straight up. Compare him to a Marvel Legends Mark 50 Iron Man. I think this one's ankle is bent. So there's the Mark 50. And the Marvel Legends, no, 85. This is the Marvel Legends Mark 50. So you can see there's a different shade of red. Okay, that's great. So you can see there's a different shade of red for each of these figures. The Marvel Legends have more of a dull color, while the Mafex one is obviously super shiny. Now, I do think he still is a really good figure. He is a bit short than them, but I think it's because Marvel Legends are kind of built a bit funky. I don't know why their shoulders are like that. I guess they just are. This still isn't a bad figure, just my copy has 2 right feet. So that is kind of weird, but yeah. There's that compared to the other Iron Man armors. Here he is compared to my comic Iron Man. This is, again, another Marvel Legend. So these ones are actually more on the... These ones are a bit on the smaller side. He is a bit taller. He's also just bulkier in general. And then here he is compared to my Marvel Legends Thanos, who doesn't even fit in the frame. But this is the Marvel Legends one. I probably am getting the SHF soon. Not probably. I am getting the SHF soon. He's on transit. So you can see the Mark 50 is a bit short. And then for an Infinity War display, here he is compared to the Marvel Legends, what's it called? Iron Spider. His leg is a bit bent. I don't know why. So here he is going to compare to Iron Spider. I'm trying to get him to balance. I don't know why his leg's bent like that. And then Doctor Strange. These both are Marvel Legends. So there's Doctor Strange if you want to get like a Titan battle display. I don't own much of the other Guardians. I own a Star-Lord, but he's from Guardians of the Galaxy 1, so he doesn't really match. I don't own Nebula. I don't have a Drax or Mantis. So yeah, this is pretty much, I mean, this is it. This is all I got. But yeah, point is, that still is pretty cool. We'll compare him to another Mafex that I do have. Okay, not another Mafex, but here he is compared to an SHF Spider-Man. So yeah, this figure is a bit on the shorter side. He is also pretty thin, but I think a good explanation is because since this is the nanotech suit, obviously it's going to be skin tight and it's not going to be as bulky as the other suits, but I still think it looks cool. And just for fun, here he is compared to my custom Logan. He was crouching. So yeah, this figure, honestly, compared to this Logan, yeah, this looks a little wonky. Scaling might be off. I think it's because of the body I use. This is a tall, buff body, while Logan's, you know, a short, stocky guy. But yeah, so this Mark 50 actually is pretty cool. I really do like it. I got it because I've been binging Infinity War recently. I've been binging the MCU recently, and Infinity War was the last movie I watched. And obviously, you know, I loved it. This movie's great. This figure is great. Great extension of that. Say great a lot. Sorry. But yeah. This figure's... I was going to say this figure's great. This figure is a good buy, especially if you love Iron Man and if you want a lot of accessories. The only problem is price range. He is going for about $200 nowadays. I think you can still get him on some of the Japan sites that are pretty cheap, but I mean, you're going to wait on those for like 3 months. So it's up to you. But yeah. Now we can move on to how we're going to put the accessories on. So I'll use 2 of each accessories. I'll use the leg clamps for each of the legs, and then I'll use the back fin. I'll put on the sword. No, I'll put on these. I don't know what I just grabbed. I guess a cannon and this thing. So all of them have their own separate plastic piece that's holding it in place, which is good. You want that hold to be properly stretched. Pause. So what you do is you just grab the forearm, you just pull it out like that. You grab the proper accessory, and you just stick it on. So there he is with one of the punch effects. Hold on, the shoulder plate got stuck. There's with one of the punch effects. Let's pull this out. I pulled the hand off. Give me a sec. And with this thing, again, you just grab it, pull it out. Grab this, put it on. So there are the hand effects, you can see. And the legs, again, you just pull them off. Make sure you keep track of which leg is which. I think on accident, I reversed the forearms one time and it looked really weird. So I'm pretty sure this is the right leg clamp. You just put that there. And with this one, you pull that piece out again. You pull that there. You insert this here. So there he is. Leg clamp galore, punch, blast. I don't know what kind of combo this is, but you want to make him walking like a penguin. There's that. And then for... Yeah, let me take these things. These things are really heavy. Or like heavy in terms of the figure. Grab these. And then like I said, for the back fins, you just want to be careful. So I recommend kind of pinching right here. This is easier if you have nails. If you don't, well, I don't know, use like a nail file. So you can take this piece off. You can see there's the bare silver part. Bare silver part. You just line this up. So yeah, there's that attach. I'm not going to attach it because I still need to remove it. But yeah, so there's him with the back fin look. You can see this does look pretty cool. You know, a quick pose, just sticking his arm out. He's about to punch Thanos or shoot him. He's going to do something. So yeah, there's a quick pose with him. So yeah, that's how you do the nanotech stuff. A lot of everything else is pretty self-explanatory. You just pull off the forearm, make sure you line things up, and you put it on carefully. I don't recommend pulling like I just did, just because I've had this figure for a few hours now, so everything's kind of softened up. But yeah, this is a really solid figure. I can't recommend it enough. Of course, find it in an appropriate price range. Do not be spending $200 on a figure. I really don't find it worth it unless you really enjoy that figure. But I mean, money's subjective. You do what you want. But yeah, stay safe out there. God bless. Peace out.